Good morning. I am about to leave for Canton, Ohio, actually heading to Cleveland, but I'm staying in Canton. Today's the first day of a 3-day drive. I'm going to take back roads, and my first stop is Little Rock, or where I'm staying is Little Rock. Going to make a couple stops on the way, see if there are points of interest that might be interesting. If they are, I'll record them. If they're not, I'll skip it. But anyway, about to take off. Got my pumpkin spice coffee. They didn't have eggnog this year, which was kind of disappointing, but I didn't have pumpkin spice yet this year, so I guess better late than never. Anyway, off we go. Well, it's day 2, and I'm heading to Elizabethtown, Kentucky. And I recorded a bunch of video yesterday, but the audio isn't so great because of the road noise. So I'll have to figure out when I'm gonna record, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see what today brings. It is really raining, so I was kind of tired too, so I pulled off to a rest area, and this is what I love about having lithium in a van. As I pulled over, turned on the inverter, microwaved a breakfast sandwich, and brewed a fresh cup of coffee. Yeah, it's a leisure travel van mug, but anyway, yeah, I brewed a fresh mug of coffee. No shore power, nowhere to plug in. Didn't need it because I have lithium. So I made it to Canton yesterday. Got here yesterday afternoon. Didn't record any video. I was kind of tired and just, wanted to get settled. So today it's very overcast. I can't tell. I think it might be drizzling. Kind of looks like there's some water on the door. Anyway, so I'm here for a few days till I pick up my daughter Thursday. And so since I'm doing some work, I've got my work set up here, and because I have the bed made up all the way, I normally like to sit back there with the table, but I can't have the table if the bed's all the way made, so I have it set up here, and I'll kind of do a little tour here. I made some changes where I bought this cabinet. I don't know if it's a cabinet. It's a set of drawers. It's 3 drawers, and they're like a soft side drawer, and I fit it between, I call this my closet, between the bathroom and the back of the driver's seat. And I put it in this way, like it actually goes this way with the drawers, but I put it sideways because it fits that way. It just fits. But the top 2 drawers I use I decided to use for clothes, and then the bottom drawer is laundry, because normally I would have my clothes up in the cabinet. And I think I'm gonna like this setup. Right now, because I have the table in the front, I have the drawers out because I can't move it in and out with the table here. So I've left it out. So it takes up a little more room, but I think under normal traveling, when I have my table in the back, I think this is going to work really well, because I've tried several things in this little corner to deal with laundry, storage. At first I had a little laundry basket, and that was okay, but then that's all you had in there was this laundry basket. And then of course I had my hooks for my coats or jackets and hats. But so then I tried another one where the laundry basket was in the back, and then there was some wire storage baskets up front, or you know, in the front of it, but it stuck out a little bit, and I really couldn't actually reach back into to get the laundry. Like if there was something way at the bottom, I'd have to like turn the laundry thing inside out. So I thought, all right, let's try something else. And I found these little plastic shelves at IKEA that worked pretty good for, just storing, putting some miscellaneous things up there. And then I had a little, I guess like a kind of like a basket that I was going to use for laundry on the bottom. Well, once it got full of laundry, I had to really wrestle with it to get it out. So I was like, all right, let's try these shelves. And I think, or drawers, I should say, I think these might work. That's part of van travel, van living. I mean, I'm not full-time, but I travel enough. I travel at least a week, maybe not every month, but like in this case, I was gone for 2 weeks in October. Didn't really travel in November. December, well, this is December, so I'm going to be gone for a week, and then I'll be gone for another week, and probably about 3 or 4 weeks when I bring my daughter back up. Then January, February, I'm going to be gone probably at least a month, I think. I'll be on the road. So yeah, so it's always about reorganizing and finding what works best. And you kind of learn what doesn't work, and then you learn not to bring stuff you don't need. That's a big thing. Like, you actually, less is more. I kind of went through this thing where I got like all these little appliances for, if you've seen the brand Dash, they make little, like they have a little blender, little juicer, which actually I've used the juicer, and I might bring it on another, like, depends on the trip. I might or might not bring it, but I have a little rice cooker, which I think I've used once, so it's back at the house. I got a little waffle maker, because I thought I was going to use that as kind of like an oven, since I don't have an oven. But then I ended up getting a toaster oven, which the toaster oven, and it works great, but it doesn't fit. Like, it's a little bit too big to fit in any of the storage cabinets. So when I have the bed made up just for me, it sits in that jump seat that you can't sit in anyway. Right now it's kind of tucked under the bed, which I guess that's the added bonus of having the bed all the way out, and I've got storage underneath. But yeah, so there's always like stuff you're like, why am I moving this thing back and forth? I'm not using it. I'm just moving it out of my way constantly. So there's just this constant reorganization. But I think I like this drawer, with the exception of the fact that I'm having to move it around because the table is here. But I think it's going to work out. So I'll give you a quick little tour, just of how I have things currently set up. Like I said, this isn't normally how I have the bed made up. It's actually kind of comfortable, but normally I sleep lengthwise, and I just have the sofa down and use it as a day bed. But because it's going to be 2 of us, I have it all the way out with the 2 cushions, and then the tables that came with the van, you put those down and you put the cushions on top, and so like that's what that makes up the whole bed. It's almost a king size. Not quite a king, but it's an RV. I mean, it's not always going to be the same size as what you have in a house, but it's pretty close. So it's very comfortable. But anyway, so here's a little tour. So this is how I have the bed set up. And I just kept the curtains closed, and actually kept the blind up on the other side since there's campers on the other side, but I kind of have this whole side to myself, so, but you can see how gray it is outside. And I have dishes in the sink, so that's why the lid looks like that. Those two cabinets in the back, right up there, that's where I had my clothes before. And now it's just stuff that I don't need access to as frequently. And I think that's gonna work out. And then this side, those two cabinets, the far cabinet is where I store like paper towels. I use so many paper towels. It's wipe, you know, I'm always wiping down the counters. If I use the shower, I'm wiping down the shower. And then that other cabinet, the closer one, is just a lot of miscellaneous things. I keep my MiFi up there. I have a little plastic container that I call my junk drawer for like miscellaneous cables, hooks, tape, whatever I need. And of course I have a little fireplace going on the TV. But that's kind of how I have it set up, and it's pretty comfortable. And then you can see I've got storage underneath there. So this is how I have the front set up, or where I can work or, you know, have a meal or whatever. And I have the reflectix up to kind of help keep some of the cold out. I took the blind down, or the window cover down from the front cover, so that while I'm sitting there I get a little daylight, but I'll just put it back up at night. And then that curtain I'll just pull across at night to kind of help keep more of the cold out, because it really does block a lot, heat and cold. And you can see again it's pretty gray out. This is the little drawer unit I was talking about. You can see it's soft-sided. The first two drawers is clothes, the bottom drawer is laundry. And it doesn't normally stay there. I actually store it back in here, in this area here, but because of the table I can't get it in there right now. So I just take the table down. So when I'm driving, I'll take the table down, put that back in there. But that's my setup.